Good morning, everybody. We'll get started here shortly. We've actually got a special guest on the group side today that's going to be doing a lot of the speaking today, but I'm going to have a couple things to bring up on the individual side as well. We'll get started. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get started. I hope y'all are doing well. I know here in Texas, we're dealing with back to school, and just like schedules just all of a sudden changed from the whole like summer and the kids are home and everything else. And I know this morning I was wondering if I was even going to make it into the office in time, because apparently there was a 90-minute delay on the tollway. So there was a bad accident. So seems like that always seems to happen more when it's back to school time, right? So I know that the format of this calls is typically group and individual, and we rotate, and with the Medicare, I do want to, before we get into our topic of today, which is Beam Dental, and we've got a special guest to speak about that and what that is. I want to remind everybody we've got some huge opportunities on the individual side. We've got the Walmart opportunity. If you have 2 contracts or can get 2 contracts, and it doesn't have to be your Blue Cross contract. It can be Embedded, it can be Oscar, it can be, United or whatever. It can be 2 of your smaller ACA carriers, because at the end of the day, we're pushing the Allstate. I mean, that's where there's more money for the agent, there's more money for North American, there's all of that. So, but you have to have 2 ACA contracts to be a part of the Walmart opportunity, to be able to sit in a store 20 hours a week. So if you haven't, if that's something you're interested in, new agents all the time, or agents that are trying to get established or transition into health, or, all of these different things are like constantly. I had one said the other day, how do I get leads? Well, the easiest and best way is to self-generate leads. I've learned from experience, I make far more profit margin on my marketing efforts if my legs are involved than if my pocketbook's involved. I mean, I've never lost money by spending marketing money, doing Facebook ads or whatever it's been. I've always at least doubled or tripled my money, some better than others. But what has been the most profitable for me each and every year is using my legs, using my mouth, going and talking at BNI. The Walmart opportunity, for those of you who are trying to get more business, you can still work on other stuff while you're there. But if you're interacting with folks and you're talking to people, there's going to be people that come in and say, oh, well, I have health insurance now, but I might need something in 3 or 4 months because I'm going through a divorce or because of whatever. And you're just meeting people, and you're meeting local people. So the Walmart opportunity is a huge way to get your name out there, meet people, and there's still a lot of stores that are available. There's like 5,000 stores in the country. I think maybe like 600 of them have agents that have committed to them. So if that's something you're interested in, you'll need to reach out to me or Christina George, because she's on the ACA side, to make sure that you're working on getting your contracting set up and so on and so forth. And we talked last week about, and I did record the call, but I've got to get it transferred over to YouTube so that you can actually view it and go back and look at the commission opportunity. And I walked y'all through how on the individual side, you can easily make $150,000 this year just from adding on to your ACA plans. That doesn't even include short-term medical, or if you're doing Medicare. And then of course the enormous opportunity on the group side, which is just, on that thing. But one of the things to focus on too, and this is kind of where I'm at with my business, even though I enjoy group the most, I have to be realistic that I can't drop everything else that I do in my business while I'm building my group business. I have to get the groups as they come and make that transition, but still spend most of the time on what my nest egg is and where my money's coming, which is in the individual market, right? So we still have to do that. But in the group market, you can literally, I see Will's on here. You can literally say, hey, I've got this group of 3. And, people ask me all the time, well, what are the commissions on the group side? Well, first of all, there's no set in stone, because you've got group, and you can tell Will, hey, I want to dial this up to 10% commission. I have a group that I'm getting paid 14% commission on, guys. It's a group of 18, and I make like 2,200 a month on the group. How many individuals does it take to make that on if you're just selling ACA? That's like ding dong. That's a big, you get 20 of those and and here's the best part about group. all of the maintenance stuff, like one of the things I'm dealing with on the ACA market right now is Friday Health Plans went insolvent. An ACA carrier went insolvent, and the Department of Insurance is involved with the financials, and everybody's having to switch plans. So now in the middle of August and July, I'm dealing with rewriting 30 different people on plans that don't have their doctor in network and all of these other things that go with ACA. You constantly are having to make sure you've got income documentation, and it's a great opportunity with ACA, and it's low hanging fruit. It's the easiest way to get your business started. But there is an opportunity in the group market, and that's one of the things that we do on these calls is for you to get different ideas. But let's take that a step further. Even if you're selling group and you're not selling voluntary benefits, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And even in group, a $3,500 deductible, majority of your employees, I'm not talking about the owner of the company, I'm talking majority of the employees, like my company, for instance, that I've got, that's an 18 member group. It varies 18 to 20, depending on hiring and so on and so forth. But they're a plumbing company. Do you really think these plumbers that a lot of them have stay-at-home wives with, 2 kids? I mean, they're doing well, especially if they're low-level 22-year-old new plumber. Do you really think they have a $3,500 in their pocket to go if an accident happens to one of their kids? That's where the accident plans and all of these other things, and everybody wants dental. It is the easiest add-on to anything. And of course, there's so many more opportunities for better products in the group dental market. And that's one of the reasons we recently just added Beam Dental to our, we've got North American contracted. They're a partner of Allstate. So it runs through the Allstate Health Pro program with Beam Dental, but there's some really unique things that Beam brings to the table on that group side that we can't do, say, with any other. I mean, even with regular voluntary benefits, I think they quote Emeritus or somebody like that. But there's some things you can do with Beam that are more creative and able to create a better fit for majority of your group clients. So I'm going to bring on Mike, and I may totally butcher your last name. I'm not sure how to say it, but I'm going to bring Mike on when I'm going to say it. I'm going to bring Mike on and let him talk. Mike Zioli. Hi, Mike. I'm going to let Mike talk a little bit about the opportunity with Beam Dental and some of what sets it apart, makes it different from other group dental plans.
Well, thank you, Valerie. I appreciate that. And you nailed it. It is Zioli. So good morning, everybody. My name is Mike Zioli. I am here with Allstate Benefits. And today we're going to go over the new partnership that NALP has with us at Allstate and offering Beam Dental to you guys. And I'll go over some of this. And Valerie, do I have the ability to do a screen share already?
No, I don't think so. I think it would have to have been on my end to do a screen share. So I don't think I can change presenter. Let me see if I can change presenter.
Okay. Well, if not, no big deal. We can, I can still give the rundown and everything and, send some information out. But in the meantime, talk a little bit about Beam. So Beam Dental, they offer vision, dental, and life with us. And they are the fastest growing dental company in the country. They're A+ rated. And with that, we have a lot of abilities to write small groups, large cases. And for you guys, I think you'll really like the fact that it's extremely easy to do business with them and it's quick. So a lot of things that would really help your group clients. And so first of all, I am standalone from our medical plans at Allstate and with Will, meaning that if you have a group that is only going to end up taking dental, or that's the only thing they're looking at, that's fine. We can definitely do business together. But if the group is also looking at us with Allstate on our medical side, on our level funded plans, we can do a bundling discount that will actually save them a little bit of money on their health insurance. And I saw a question come in. We can go down to 2 lives. And so I'll cover that, exactly what that looks like here in just a few minutes. And so we're standalone, but we can bundle dental with medical, and the group can get a discount by adding those products together. So a couple important things to know: that Beam uses 5 dental networks stacked together. So it's going to be a couple of your large national ones like Dynamax and Carrington and DBP by United Healthcare. And then they have a couple more regional type networks, which are Mavericks and Connection Dental. I hear a little bleeding coming through. Sorry about that.
I'm not sure what that noise is. I'm trying to know where it's coming from.
It's okay. I think it might be this gentleman, Mr. Davis, perhaps. It looks like it might be bringing up his screen where the noise is coming from. But I'll go on. Quoting is extremely simple. So very similar to what you would send Will for a medical quote is going to be very similar to me. It's going to be the business name, the zip
Everybody
code.
need to mute their phone, mute their computer.
Yeah. There we go. There, I think that did it. There we go. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I'll reset those last couple things. So 5 networks stacked together, meaning that members don't have to pick and choose a certain one. Essentially, as long as they were seeing a provider that was in one of those 5, that would be a covered claim. And the 5 networks gives nationwide access to about 500,000 dental providers. So Connection Dental, Carrington, Dentamax, those are kind of going to be the big 3. And then you have DBP by United Healthcare and Mavericks Dental. Those sometimes can be a little bit more regional depending on what part of the country. So yeah, for dental, around 500,000 access points, and we can write up to 95th usual, customary, and reasonable plans for out-of-network claims, as well as MAC, maximum allowable charge plans. And so the next thing I would mention is how simple the quoting is. And so quotes would come directly to me. I need basic information, which is going to be the name of the business, the zip code, and a census that has the date of births of just the employees. I don't require dependent information. And I would just say if the name of the business doesn't maybe dictate what exactly they do, I might, I'll look it up or I'll reach back out to you and just verify just to make sure we're quoting the right industry. But these are custom quotes for the group. And so that's why that information is important. And again, we can go down to 2 lives. One really great thing about Beam that does make them unique from other dental carriers is the fact that they will cover 1099s, seasonal, part-time, retirees, and domestic partners, and even some associations. The only thing that Beam will not write currently are husband-wife only groups. So that's not a great fit for us on that side. I just saw a question come in about the contracts. It is a separate contract, and we help you take care of all that process too with an ALP. The plans are highly customizable. So if anybody is familiar with selling dental insurance, there's a lot of things that we can move around or add on or take away from plans. And a beauty is we can get as rich as $5,000 on an annual maximum, and as rich as $5,000 on adult or child ortho. So that's extremely rich. And again, all the way down to 2 lives without any waiting periods on any of their plans. And that's always going to be important. That's usually the #1 question people ask is, waiting periods, especially on major services. There are no waiting periods, including the orthodontia. They can use those benefits from day 1 that the coverage goes effective. And I did see the question about the vision. Yes, there is a vision component to this, and we'll definitely cover that here in just a moment. It's a digital process with Beam. And what that means is from quote to install, basically everything is done kind of electronically. Now, the census spreadsheet enrollment is what we use. And this is going to be starting with an email that would confirm, or, would just need to confirm which plans for dental or vision, one or the other that the group wants to move forward with. The next step is an email that goes to you as the agent. You would start completing it, filling out some basic information about the group. You electronically sign the application. It then goes to your client. They electronically sign the application. And then all we need is the enrollment census data. And then the group is usually going to be implemented within 24 hours. So Beam has, they really try to use technology to make the process as quick and easy, not only for you guys as the agents to write business, but for the clients and their experience and the members as well. I saw a question about individual policies. These are only group policies, but group down to 2. So no individual plans from Beam that they currently write. And then when it comes to the dental, one really unique feature about them that is really going to set them apart from any other carrier that's going is they have a free perks package that they will send the members. And that perks kit will include a sonic power toothbrush with replacement heads, floss, paste, travel kit, all that free to the members and any of their covered dependents on the plan, all the way down to age 4. And what this brush does is this is what really makes them unique. It's a smart toothbrush. Now, I'll say the members don't have to order it. They don't have to buy it, but it's there for them if they want to. Again, completely free. But what that can do for the group at the end of the day is, come renewal time, is qualify them for a discount at renewal instead of, instead of an increase just automatically, or, looking at a rate pass, they could be looking to also get a discount on the plan. And that's going to be based on the brush habits of people within the group that are using the brush and syncing the brush to the app. So again, very tech-driven, tech-focused. Think like a Fitbit for the mouth. That's kind of what they're doing with the data, the way the medical side does it to try to lower health premiums for its members. This is looking to lower dental premiums for its members. So again, only carrier that has anything like this going. Very unique, and they have a lot of great response with members using their brush. I think they have over 100 million minutes of data across the country. So they're really up and growing really fast too with Beam. So free perks kit, and that is something that they can order. They have to do it just within 45 days from once the plan goes effective.
And Mike, can you make sure to put your contact information in there so that everybody has that? Yeah. Yes, correct.
And I'm saying Beam, B-E-A-M. I'm sorry, like a headlight beam, if you will, or so BEAM, Beam Dental. They are available and they're live in 44 states. So Connecticut, Hawaii, Maine, Massachusetts, Montana, New Hampshire, North Carolina, and Rhode Island are the only states that they don't currently sell dental and vision. Now, they do cover employees that are in those states. So if you had a group that was sitused or headquartered in another state, but they had employees in those states, they would still have coverage. They just don't write the group out of that state. And then for All Products Dental Vision Life, that's where, you would send me that. We'll go over it. And then if this, if there's some reason we can't write it because of a state issue, I'll let you know. These can all be offered voluntary or employer paid, 100%, or say 50%, or any percentage they want to pay. But however the group wants to fund it, and without getting in the weeds, depending on how they're contributing to the plan, dictates the participation percentage. So like medical, you've got to hit certain percentages to issue the coverage. Dental is going to be about the same, but it's very low. Even on a voluntary basis, you only need 20% participation. So if you were talking to a 10 life group and you only had 2 people in there that wanted the dental and vision and you want to write the business, we can definitely do that. So that's very lenient participation requirements as well. And then for vision, Beam is partnered with VSP. So VSP being one of the largest retailers of vision plans in the country, with access points, all over the place. I think they say around 38,000 plus, but then you have, VisionWorks or VSP plans and things of the nature. So if you're in an area that has those are always going to be a VSP network. But we have 6 plan designs to choose from, and these are going to be with allowance amounts from $130 to $150, $175, and $200 allowances towards glasses or contacts. And the members, again, with these different plans, we can set them up with either a 12-month or a 24-month frequency period to get those frames covered, every year or 2 years. Same thing on the dental when it comes down to 2 lives. We can write this. We can write it standalone. So you can do vision without dental being tied to it. And the same rules are going to apply, that while we can go down to 2 lives, there will just be no husband and wife groups. There's a 2-year rate guarantee that comes standard on those plans. On the dental, it comes standard with a 12-month rate guarantee, but again, customizable. We can build that with a 2-year rate guarantee as well, so you don't have to worry about anything over the next 2 years, with prices or anything on that group. So now, when it comes to the member experience, this is really where a lot of people are loving Beam, is just how easy they make it. And so they have an app, they have the online kind of member portal that the members can go to, and through that they can do everything from view their coverage limits, get a new digital ID card if they needed a replacement, view the claim history on their plan for themselves and their family, explanation of benefits. There's a whole lot that they can do and access through the member portal. And from the members' perspective, it's clean. And for the employer's perspective, it's a little bit different, but it's called Lighthouse. And that is the online portal that the company would have access to, as well as you, the agent. So Lighthouse with Beam is their online portal to where you manage all of your groups. You see everything in there, from the plan designs to your commissions. And you can manage the group of adding employees, terminating employees, and so can the group. It's a very intuitive, easy to understand system. Employers love it. Updates are made almost instantaneously, usually just a refresh, and they'll see the change being made. And so you have, with that, the white glove service that comes with working with me. And so your employer, your members, myself, I'm here to help manage and take care of all that for them as well. But they do have a dedicated support team with Beam. We have the support to. We have a support lady, named Miranda, and for anything that's really needs to be escalated, if that's the case, she's on it. And again, part of our service to our clients is our speed, and so we get things also taken care of very quickly. The commissions question, I just saw that, so good point. With this, we can dial up and down commissions. Standard is going to be 10%. We can go up to 15% commissions or go all the way down to 0. But 10% is what it goes out the door at. Unless you tell me otherwise, we can write it at 15% commission. And that's going to be for dental and vision. Now, life that I would talk about is an option with Beam. The only thing about the life is it's not a standalone product we sell. So if we're going to sell group life through Beam, it's got to be tied to either dental or vision or both. But same thing, we can go down to 2 lives on employer paid life. That's going to be $50,000 guaranteed issue, no health questions asked. And they can choose amounts starting from 10,000 of a group basic life policy up to 50,000. And that's for any group sizes 2 to 100. And that is Beam's cap, by the way, is 100 on life insurance. When it comes to dental and vision, we can look at writing whatever size case you would like to take a look at. The guaranteed issue, like I said, up to 50,000 when it's employer paid. Now, there are options to do voluntary or supplemental life as well, and those are going to have a slightly different guaranteed issue amounts. It's going to start at 10 lives enrolled is going to be guaranteed issue, and that's going to be generally $50,000 for any 10 to 49 size case with at least 5 enrolled. If it's a 3 to 9 life group, you're going to need at least 3 enrolled, and there would be evidence of insurability on that voluntary life up to $50,000.
Mike, someone's asking on the dental plans if
Yeah.
they can be put in place any time of year outside of open enrollment. If they have a dental plan in place, can they keep?
Absolutely. Yeah. This is not tied to any sort of a specific time frame. So whenever the group would like to do it, we can definitely do that. We can only do first of the month effective dates. I know sometimes carriers will do like a 15th. With this, it's only going to be a first of the month effective. But the group, just so you know, would have a grace period of about 14 days after the first of the month to backdate the policy. So actually, today would be a great example. If you had a group that wanted to do an 8-1, if we got it submitted, signed, and everything today, which we could all get done, the group could still get an 8-1, but today would be the cutoff, for example. So.
Well, this is great. A lot of group dental do start at 3. So this is a unique, even that, and being able to do 1099s and so on and so forth, which of course we can do that with Allstate group medical as well. So that's why it's kind of a good, like a perfect fit. So whenever you're doing a group quote, don't forget to include dental and vision. I would get the quote from Beam for that, email Mike and have him, quote it. And then of course you'll send your regular census and information over to Will, and then he can get Isabel involved to quote voluntary benefits. If you have questions on any of these specifically, as far as, products or process or anything like that, I know that, for Will on the group side, or even Richie on the larger group side, Isabel for voluntary benefits, and Mike would be happy to do a walkthrough with you individually if you've got a group, you've got a hot one. If you've got a hot one and you want to go and have that reviewed and figure out what you're doing, then for sure they're willing to do that. That's one of the great things about really the whole Allstate team. And I include you in that, Mike, because y'all work with Allstate, but the individual and the group side, we have the most phenomenal reps with Allstate from any carrier side of things. And I've been in this business 10 years, so I've seen a lot of things. But we're going to go ahead and get this meeting wrapped up. Mike, someone's asking about website and brochure for the Beam Dental. Is that something you can provide me and I can put it up on our Facebook page?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I'll send some stuff out after this meeting. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And reminder, everybody, if you're not on the Allstate Facebook, the North American Allstate Facebook page, I'm going to put that in the chat box so that you can go and join it. I know that some people aren't, because every week I get like 4 or 5 people that get added. So obviously we just have to keep talking about it. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, oh, wait, no, that's not right. I have to put the groups in there. So go to this page, and you can't just join. You have to, I can't add you. People ask me, can you add me to the group? And I'm like, no, I can't add you. You have to request that I add you. And then I can see it and I'll request. I'm on Facebook all day, every day, just because I've got agents and clients messaging me. They figured out I'm easier to get a hold of that way. So, but y'all, you have a great day. Anybody who wants to do the individual Walmart opportunity, please make sure that you reach out to me and let me know. If you're even slightly interested, please let me know. And y'all have a great day and a great week. And those with kiddos, happy getting back to school.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for your time this morning.
Thanks, Beth.
Thanks, Mike.